Hi there, welcome to the Fierce Factor podcast. I'm your host, Kaylee Lindholm. And I think it's time for us women to shift the conversation in business and step into our feminine leadership to do the most iconic work the aesthetic industry has ever seen. Each week, I'll be bringing a powerful dose of strategy, sarcasm, solutions, and sass that will rev up your creativity and ignite your brilliance as you link arms with me along our shared path of personal and professional growth in 20 minutes or less. Let's go. Hello, leader. Welcome back to the Fierce Factor podcast. It's your host, Kaylee here, and you are tuning in to episode number 298. I wanted to talk with you this week about something somewhat personal. As a fellow high growth woman, I have no doubt that you can relate to what I am about to share. As we approach the end of the year, there's a lot of reflection that happens, reviewing achievements, checking out how we did, the hits, the misses, decisions made, and really the year that so rapidly flew by behind us. And those reflections can bring up a lot of emotions all over the board, feelings of pride, of disappointment, of optimism, and even fear and uncertainty for the future that we are really creating today. Last year in December, I purchased this massive single sheet year glance calendar, that big ass calendar. It's like 3 by 4 foot. And I hung it up in my home gym. And really, because as my boys are growing older, Cooper's nearing college in a year and a half, it feels like the days are just so much more precious than ever. And creating memories together is something I've wanted to make a priority for our family. So we planned ahead and mapped out all of our trips, adventures, and activities to make sure we were really intentional about not letting daily life get in the way of those experiences. Because you know how it goes. You have big ideas and great intentions, but then one kid's got a thing, a tournament, a conference pops up, a friend throws a last minute birthday shindig, someone gets sick. It's all the things that can derail us. Well, this week I was in my gym rolling on the foam roller and I glanced up at the calendar as I routinely do. But this time I realized that we're down to the final squares of the year. And I took inventory of all that we had done this year and realized that I would have one more calendar to fill out before Cooper heads off to college. Makes me emotional even thinking about it. But then another thought washed over me, which was how many squares were empty on the calendar. See, those were the days that were filled with normal routine. Get up, go to the gym, make kids breakfast, go to work, make dinner, repeat. So many blank white squares. And if I put my finger on one of them, I'd have no recollection of what happened in that particular day. And I realized that while I was so focused on the big adventure squares, the pattern interrupts, the things that are out of the box, the real question to myself was, am I proud of how I used the blank ones, the days that didn't have anything quote unquote scheduled? In other words, am I setting up my daily systems, my life essentially, to create the results that I desire? It can be a little unsettling to look back at your entire year and realize that so much of what we do on a daily basis has such little immediate bearing on those results, like going to the gym, making my pot of coffee, recording another podcast or an Instagram video. They're just small inputs. The seeds that we plant, similar to our garden, we plant seeds, but the harvest, the fruitfulness of the outcome depends on so many things, even outside of our control, the climate, weather conditions, the total ecosystem surrounding us. And isn't this so true for our business? It feels very seasonal or cyclical in the sense that some seasons or inputs disproportionately impact our outputs. Putting in long hours, investing in team building, expanding infrastructure. And we're doing so much, yet see very little immediate return. But then the next season, we watch those investments multiply our results with minimal effort. And P.S., this is the whole point of scaling a business, experiencing disproportionate impact for minimal effort. More on that in our Confidence to Scale program, by the way. But the personal experience I wanted to share related to this idea today is one that reflects the season of waiting. I know, sounds awful. It's one of the most challenging seasons to walk through because it requires us to be patient, to trust ourselves, to have faith in the process, and to really prepare ourselves for the next season. And lately, I've been wanting to do nothing but curl up on my couch with a blanket, listen to soft music, and basically just hibernate. And that feels really, really uncomfortable for someone like me who is more of a fast-moving, action-seeking, rapid results kind of gal. But this is also the most important season, in my opinion. It's the season that separates the girls from the women. And if you wonder why some people seem to get bigger, better, faster, more sustainable results, this is most likely why. See, what happens during a waiting season is this period of time between action and results. It's when we planted those seeds, and now it's just her job to fertilize them. It could be months or even years before those seeds sprout. They are growing deep roots and need time to take form. But what most entrepreneurs do is they become impatient and they tell themselves it's not working, and they go dig up the seeds and replant them with another strategy, another tactic, another plan. We hired a new injector and we aren't seeing an immediate full schedule, so I'm going to turn her into a marketing assistant. Or I'm seeing a dip in revenue this month, so we're going to cancel the team training I planned next quarter to save money. This is where coaching becomes a necessity. Instead of becoming reactive, strong leaders sit in the uncomfortable middle. You see, instead of busying themselves with micromanagement of tasks or changing course altogether, they learn to wrap themselves in a cozy blanket and prepare their nervous system for the big breakthrough that's coming. Because the goal during this season isn't about doing anything. It's about strengthening our emotional capacity to hold the new level. It's about taking deep breaths and trusting the process. It's about sitting in the uncomfortable unknown instead of rushing to get out of pain. And I think many immature business owners never really allow themselves to grow through the season and instead find themselves in loops of problems and boomerang back to where they were last year and experience these same things again year after year after year. I've watched women sadly even leave our coaching containers when they get nervous about finances or can't quite make the leap to invest their time into showing up for themselves every week because they need to stay busy doing what they know how to do. And I'm sitting in this space right now, this uncomfortable, messy space, this waiting space. I'm planting seeds. I'm making big investments that feel nauseating. Like I joke with my team that I throw up in my mouth a little bit every day. Sorry for the visual, but truly that's how uncomfortable growth feels in the stage. It's massively expanding your tolerance for risk and failure. But I'm also confident that as I shed this old skin, as I move through this season, there's a level of success and abundance waiting on the other side that will be so incredible. I can't even imagine it. And I believe my ability to stay on course during this season is my biggest competitive advantage because I'm developing a mental resilience that no one can touch. I'm allowing myself to feel scared, embarrassed, messy, disorganized, unpolished, raw, and unfiltered. And today, I want to invite you to join me here. If you're in this season, a season where you've planted seeds, where your calendar is looking a lot more like routine white boxes than big epic launches and announcements, let yourself sit in the knowing that your breakthrough is coming. In fact, here are some of your signs. Number one is you feel restless, unsettled, or on edge, even without a clear reason. This isn't anxiety. It's your intuition sensing that the ground beneath your life is shifting and preparing you for expansion. Maybe your life feels chaotic or uncertain, like everything is sort of dissolving all at once. Relationships, routines, or opportunities are kind of falling away. Feels like things are breaking down around you, but it's really just clearing space for the next level. Maybe you feel like old strategies suddenly stopped working. Someone on your team, your marketing, your technique, your leadership, You can't force your way forward anymore. This is because your old identity can't produce your new results. Maybe you're being stretched emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. This is where having a coach is key, because challenges arrive that build the exact muscles your next chapter will require. Instead of backing down, you need to be encouraged and supported to walk into these. This is where resilience, discernment, leadership, and courage is developed. Maybe you feel identity friction. Who you have been no longer fits. I was there, not too long ago. Like I look at my Instagram and I'm like, who is this person? It doesn't feel like me. And that's because you're in that messy middle. Who you're becoming isn't fully here yet. This is this in between, the void, where old cycles end and new ones prepare to start forming. Maybe you start losing interest in things, people, or patterns you once tolerated. Things and people that you thought were essential in your life just no longer serve you. And another sign is you notice synchronicities, new resources, or unexpected support just sort of showing up. You ever had that where you called it out and all of a sudden someone told you about a book that just was exactly what you were thinking about? Or the other day I was driving and I was listening to a song called Freedom, and then I saw a license plate in front of me that said Freedom, and I was like, okay, that's it. It's all about freedom. The people, tools, and opportunities show up exactly in the right moment. I like to think of the saying, the teacher shows up when the student is ready. And this is so true for the women we work with inside of our programs. And then a final sign that your big breakthrough is right around the corner is that you experience a sudden increase in clarity or inner knowing. People around you might think you're crazy. You even have no idea how you're going to pull it off, but you just know. You stop second guessing yourself and asking other people's opinions, and you start trusting yourself. There's a quiet but unmistakable yes inside of you. And if you are listening to this today and you feel like a lump in your throat, fire in your belly, or this soft whisper of, oh my gosh, this is totally me, I want you to hear this. You are right where you need to be. You aren't stuck. You aren't stalled. You're just being tested. This season you're in, the stretching, the discomfort, the quiet frustration, the losses, the relationship separations, the things that are ending right around you, it's all training for the woman you're becoming, the kind of leader who is capable of carrying the weight and privilege of the level of success on the other side of this. And I can tell you personally today, I see you. I'm in the trenches with you, and I've helped over 600 women cross this threshold, but they didn't do it alone. Every high growth founder eventually reaches the point where their brilliance isn't enough, their current strategy isn't enough. More doing just turns up those seeds before they are ready to grow roots and to sprout and create more complexity, chaos, and exhaustion. You need a guide, a structure, a container that holds you to the version of yourself you're becoming, not the version you're outgrowing. And if you have this deep knowing, this is your sign. Don't put your vision on hold another year. Let's jump on a call and talk about how we can support you. Our upcoming Confidence to Scale Live was built for women exactly in this season. Women who can feel the breakthrough coming, but need support, strategy, and accountability to walk into it with confidence. So if you're ready to knock down the first domino and let the rest fall in alignment, come join me. Our next level is waiting, and I would be honored to walk with you into it. Okay, leader, take care of yourself. You're on the verge of something incredible. I can feel it. And I will chat with you same place, same time next week. I'm so excited to share that for the first time ever, we're launching Confidence to Scale live in person. It is a recalibration of our always sold out coaching program, CTS, Confidence to Scale. This January 9th and 10th, we'll be launching a 90-day coaching incubator designed for high-performing female founders who are ready to grow differently. Stronger, clearer, calmer with conviction. This is a high-touch leadership experience that blends strategy, accountability, and execution. The trifecta that actually moves your business forward. So we'll begin together January 9th and 10th in Manhattan Beach for an intimate 2-day immersive event. surrounded by salty ocean air, deep conversation, and women who think like you do. You'll step away from the noise and into the clarity you're craving. Together, we'll design your 2026 growth plan line by line, defining the priorities, the systems, and the structures that will carry you through the next level of scale. Then, over the following 90 days, you'll be guided personally with customized private coaching, live strategic workshops, and direct accountability that ensures you're not just planning differently, you're executing differently. This CTS program has been the single most sought after coaching program we've ever created at KLC. It's built on the foundations that build businesses that stand alone, competitionless, that support, uplift, and fuel its founder, and that sets leaders up to scale sustainably. If you're ready to lead differently, to scale with strategy, confidence, and calm, I want to personally invite you to join us. Because this isn't just about growing your business, it's about becoming the kind of woman who can hold the success that she's been working toward all along. So let's set that intention together. It's time to stop carrying the weight of growth alone and start leading with the systems and the confidence and the support that your next level demands. If you're ready to step into your next level of leadership, let's jump on a call and make sure this is the right fit for you. You can learn more about the program and find a link to book a call at klcconsultants.com/CTS. Again, that's klcconsultants.com/CTS. Listen, leader, if you're vibing with me here, hang tight because I have a brand new resource for you. You are a successful, confident, powerful woman who just isn't into being average. No, you have a calling, and part of that calling is requiring you to level up. And I know that if you're working across the next $1 million milestone in your business, you need to be in the right circles. And perhaps that's why you found us. I'd love to invite you to join The Blueprint, a weekly resource for inspired, provocative thinkers who are taking this conversation to the next level. Get access to free business tools, podcast supplements, guideposts, and direct communication with me and my expert team. And of course, a masterfully curated circle of women making big moves and disrupting the status quo in aesthetics and wellness. You can link directly through the show notes or head to klcconsultants.com/blueprint. It's time to elevate. See you there, goddess.